Okay guys, welcome again in a new video. Okay, in this video I will show you how to boot from ISO. I created an ISO file for Gimagex, graphical image X. Okay, this image X we can capture a Windows image. You can create the Windows image like WIM, and you can later put it in an ISO file like CD, like DVD, exactly like this. So you can put this WIM from the Windows you captured by this application, then you can put it inside the ISO file, then you can put it later and you can install this Windows again. Okay, so you can capture and also you can mount Windows image. You can make many things, many functions, multifunctions by this application Gimagex. So in this video I will show you how to boot only one application from boot. I can boot for only one application. This ISO file is very small, maybe 200 megabytes, I don't know, approximately like that. Okay, let's check Gimagex, this one. See, approximately 172. Okay, 172 megabyte. This it's only one application working from boot. Okay, this is ISO file. ISO, it's like DVD or like CD. So we can boot from this ISO file. Now I'll show you how to boot from this ISO file. So I'll power on this machine. This is a virtual machine. I can run any ISO. So this now Gimagex by Haniadel USA, because I created this ISO file. This is not only to boot from this ISO file from flash memory, so you can also boot from external hard disk drive. You can boot from this ISO from the flash memory and external hard disk drive, and also you can boot from the Windows image inside this ISO from server. Okay, you can use the Windows image inside this ISO to boot from server. Okay, let's see now how to boot from this Gimagex from boot now. Okay, now I am booting from this ISO. So this Gimagex working only one application running from boot. So you can capture from the Windows. If you have a Windows now, you wanna make a Windows image from your current installed Windows. Okay, so you can make it like this by this Gimagex. So you can capture the current Windows image, so you can make it as a WIM, WIM. Okay, this is the extension for the Windows image. Okay, so also you can, if you wanna install Windows, apply means install some files like Windows image from CD or from DVD. You already mount it inside, you put it inside your DVD, and you want to install from this Windows image from this CD. So you can browse and you can choose the WIM, Windows image. Let's see, for example, but I didn't, for example, this one, this bootable Windows. Okay, bootable CD. I can select inside sources. I can boot from this WIM. Okay, I can install if this is a Windows image, I can see this install.wim. This is the Windows image, so I can install it from the CD. I put it inside my computer, so I can apply. Then I'll choose the partition from the second button from here, so I can choose the partition C to install Windows for Windows. So I can install any Windows to hard disk drive by this apply tab. So also if I wanna know which Windows is already inside this CD or which partition, so I can make it. This is install WIM. I can choose install WIM, not boot WIM. Install WIM, Windows image. So I can make it. I can open. So I can take information about this Windows image. Get information. So it will give you information about which Windows version is already inside this Windows image. Okay. So many function. This is mount if I want to extract this WIM to make some modification, like we explained this lesson before for this mount. So Gimagex, it's a multifunction inside this Gimagex. So it's a very big benefits for this application. So you can use it as a bootable ISO file. or bootable WIM, you can boot it from the ISO file. Okay, let's see how to boot this one from the server. So you don't need flash memory, you don't need the external hard disk drive, you don't need anything. You need only network cable connected to the standalone server, working as a Windows installation, for Windows installation like this. So you can boot it from the server. Let's see now how to boot from server. Let's shut down this machine. Let's open this machine again. Start up this this machine. So this is and now now I'll show you how to boot from network, not from CD as an ISO file. This is the boot now. It will boot from network. Let's boot from this network now to see what will happen. Okay, now look at the top of the screen, so you will see this server. Okay, now I'm booting from server. This what can I boot from server? This Gimagex. This is what we the previous boot was from the ISO file, but now I'll boot from the server. By the top of the screen is okay, it's now clear booting from this server. This is server IB. I put it for the server, so now I'm booting from this Gimagex from server, not from ISO file. Okay, so the Windows image inside this ISO, inside the folder, the sources folder, you can take this boot.wim and you can take it to your server and you can boot it, boot from this server. You need only network cable connected to your computer, then you can boot from the network. So you can boot and you can get this Windows, this window and this application, so you can use it directly from the network. Okay, so now the same function is available to get info from info for any WIM installed in WIM, or the mounted any WIM mounted to inside your computer. So you can get information about how many Windows, what is the Windows version, what is the Windows edition you will install. This apply if you want to install Windows or install any Windows image to your hard disk drive. So this capture, if you can capture a WIM from the current installed Windows, you wanna create a Windows image from the currently installed Windows, so you can use this capture. So you can, if you have a Windows Live, for example, and you wanna mount it in a folder for modification or like this, so you can extract by this WIM. You can identify the folder, the mount folder, then you can from here browse for WIM, Windows image you will extract. Then you can make it read and write. Okay, then you can mount this Windows image for Windows Live or like this. Okay, this is the delete if you want to open a Windows image, if there is a mini version inside this Windows image, so you can extract one to keep only one version inside this WIM to become يعني it means you want to reduce the size of the Windows image, so you can delete a Windows image inside a WIM, because the Windows image can contain many version of Windows inside this WIM, so you can delete one of them, so you can keep the others, and like it's up to you. See this, you can export only one Windows image version from this WIM containing many or multiple edition of Windows, so you can export one of them to outside to create another WIM. Okay, so this is the benefits of this application. Is too much benefits for this only one application running from boot. You can make every good things. Okay, so now we reach to the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching this video, and goodbye.